directly behind him to put a bike in between him and Jet Reynolds to win this overall.
It's going to be fun. We'll see if the number 79 can deliver in the rain. I see a sea of KTMs there.
Oh, Jet Reynolds. I think Jet Reynolds just went down in the first turn, folks.
All right, we're going to another rider gets smashed right there past the mechanics area. That's Max Volan who's down. He went 2-2-2 in the first scores, or in the first two moto scores. And we are looking for Jet Reynolds. You think he went down?
I think he went down and Volan. So Volan's 2-2, and I'm not 100% sure, but Jet Reynolds may have went down in that first turn. So our 1-1 moto finishers and 2-2 from the first couple motos might be down off the start of this one.
Wow, so a huge shakeup, I believe. Whoa, maybe one of the Beast Brothers in there on that 34 machine. Caden Switzer out of Muskegon, Michigan with the whole shot. Now you're about to see what Jet Reynolds, what Max Volan, what are they made out of? Because we cannot find them. We need our camera guys. Find that number 79 machine. This is the championship in the balance, the streak, 4 straight years of 2 titles. Where is he at? Where is the number 79 of Jet Reynolds? Still looking. I think that's the 79 right there. They've got him. The 79 has got a long way to go. There's your leader, and in the background, all those sea of riders. I just picked out the number 79. He's got about 8 or 9 guys behind him. Can Jet Reynolds go? He had a little help, to be honest with you, with Max Volan going down as well. Matthew LeBlanc now seems to be the guy we want to watch out for, along with Jet Reynolds. Where is Matt LeBlanc? The whole championship got all out of whack when we hit that first turn, when Max Volan went down, when Jet Reynolds went down.
That's Daniel.
There's Jet again. He is passing him. You can pick him on the green bike there, coming through that big roller section around the Rocky Mountain ATV.
Oh.
Who was that? Was that Reynolds again?
No, I do not believe it was.
No, there's Jet there.
Reynolds is right there. He's right behind the 29 machine, and that is going to have to be Justin Allen.
Look at him go. He is. If he gets this championship and gets that night championship, Jimmy, that's a bad dude right there.
And we were just talking about how Jet Reynolds in some of the previous motos, the guy seems to get the whole shot or a good start every single moto. Doesn't ever really have to work his way through the pack.
Hey, I can tell you right now, I just watched him. He is having to run his hands across his goggles. The tear-offs are done. Jet Reynolds, like insult to injury. Now he has got some work to do, Jimmy. Here he comes right now in front of us. He is a dirty, dirty dirt bike rider right now.
We got riders down coming across the finish line area. Yellow flags are out.
Look at Matthew LeBlanc. He's got 3-3, and he is in 5th. 3-3-5 moto scores. Just might do it. But all Jet Reynolds has to do is pass about 3 or 4 more riders. There's a 3-point difference between LeBlanc and Reynolds, 11 and 14 points. So
we talked about Max Volan, though, being a great mud rider, and he's in 18th place. So if Max Volan has tear-offs on his goggles, because we saw, it looks like Jet Reynolds is having some goggle issues. So if Max Volan can push up towards him, we could see a 3-way fight at the end of this one, but we got to think that Matthew LeBlanc, the only 2 people that have beat him in either moto, are behind him right now, so he is going to move his way forward as well.
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc in 5th. We're watching Jet Reynolds working on his 9th. Oh, and he has got riders all over the place. He continues to. He needs to get out from behind these guys, throwing that mud all in his face. So coming through the 10 Commandments, and Reynolds is off the track again. So Reynolds has crashed. He went off the racetrack. He going through those tear-offs. My goodness. He gets back on the track, didn't gain a position. So let's go ahead and stop that. And Reynolds now has to keep his head on straight.
Our leader is down. That's Taylor Hawkins, or Talon Hawkins.
Talon Hawkins on the number 70 machine. There goes Patrick Murphy right on by. We'll check on Max Volan back in 18th. Jet Reynolds was 12th. There's the number 17. Is that Volan? And nope, that's not. But Reynolds now making it through that area where Talon Hawkins went down. And Reynolds continues to struggle in the mud, as everyone is on the racetrack. You just got to stay away from all those guys. Jimmy, if you just can't camp out behind somebody's rear tire. You got to get away, because they're going to have bobbles. They're going to crash into you if you don't watch out, right?
They're going to crash into you. They're going to roost you. They're just going to ruin your day. And as we see, look at those tear-offs flying off the side. As he's trying to just get rid of them. They're just flapping around over there.
All right, finally, Jet Reynolds has some free and clear track. Just keep it up on 2 wheels. It sounds like we're pulling for him. I want whoever's supposed to win it, but I just enjoy kids that can put together strings. He's working on his 5th year of championships, and if he pulls this one off, how about that for some luck, man? Because he went down, he crashed again.
Yeah, Jet Reynolds undefeated at Loretta's, and this could be literally what stops his streak here. But we know this kid's got heart. He knows how to win, and we are far from over in this one.
What the heck? Jet Reynolds is in 3rd place now. He went from 12th to 3rd.
Are you kidding me?
Good Lord. And just like that, he just passed 9 guys.
Wow.
I didn't realize he was going that fast. Take a breath now. You're good, bro. That's 2 laps in, plenty of time. Let's just see how this thing all shakes down. Matthew LeBlanc doing what he has to do. He's got 3-3 and now 1 Moto scores. So kudos to Matthew LeBlanc trying to steal a Moto win away. Jimmy with his mouth wide open. Can't believe Jet Reynolds is in that number 3 spot.
He just passed 9 people in 1 lap.
Right.
Amazing. Not only that, Matthew LeBlanc still tearing it up out front, though. He ran a 2:30 that last lap around. He's 8 seconds a lap quicker than anybody else's fastest lap. So Matthew LeBlanc had a great ride out front, getting it done for the KTM boys.
So Max Volan having some more problems. He's got 2-2, and now he's in 31st place. So Max Volan had a pair of 2s going into this one, and he is struggling just like everybody else out there. So even your champ, if we were to freeze the field, Jet Reynolds has hit the deck. He crashed twice. He crashed in the first turn, crashed again on that second lap. Even when he crashed, he passed 9 guys. Jimmy, how do you crash and pass people? You just flip past them?
Dude, I am just amazed by Jet Reynolds. This kid has some serious skill on a dirt bike. Kind of like, almost like watching a dominating amateur like Michael Essie or something when they were young. It's just they didn't lose. It didn't matter if they fell down.
In the mud, in the
anything.
rain, hot, cold.
And
Matthew LeBlanc, though, with a 2:30 lap time, fastest rider on the track. Matthew feeling pretty good. He lives in a swamp, so he obviously that's where he trains. Is figure 8 track in a swamp, supercross track in a swamp.
This is just like home for him.
He's loving it.
He's getting ready to go by the grandstand.
Shoot him.
Getting ready to go by the grandstand. Phoebe's over there, and all the friends.
All of them.
Monica, Chandler, they're all sitting over there cheering on Matthew LeBlanc.
LeBlanc just airing out these doubles and step-ups like it's not even a wet racetrack. So, LeBlanc, we may need you for the Motocross to Nations. If you can ride in the mud, we're going to sign this kid up, man. Represent the stars and bars.
I'm ready for it. I think he's ready to hop straight on a 450. We can just throw a 450 engine straight into that 85 chassis.
Sign him up. We'll put Jet Reynolds, Matthew LeBlanc.
Oh, and Max Volan.
1, 2, 3. We're sending you boys across the pond.
That is our 3 guys we want. We know they're consistent. And that's what we need in this.
Yes.
Some consistency.
So a 2:28 this time around. LeBlanc brings it on down to a 2:28. Jet Reynolds drops his lap time to a 2:32, 22 seconds back. Jet Reynolds has fell in the first turn. He crashed again, and he is all the way up to the number 2 spot. He passed 9 riders in 1 lap to get up to 3rd. He went from 12th to 3rd. So he is undefeated in terms of championships. He's got 4 straight years, 2 championships a year, and he's working on his 9th championship right now.
By the time he turns pro,
he should eclipse that 13.
Up. Yeah, he should be way ahead. Who knows?
Little problem there for Jet.
Oh,
keep it on going, 2 wheels. Jet. That is the goal.
He's going so much quicker than anybody else, so he can even afford falling down on a lap, getting back up, and still not losing any time to the people behind him.
Yeah, the only guy he's not going quicker than right now is Matthew LeBlanc, who is an excellent mud rider. 2:28 lap times for Matthew LeBlanc. 1-1-2 Moto scores for Reynolds. 3-3-1 for LeBlanc. Mark Stone, 6-4-5. Good enough for 3rd place overall.
All right, I like it.
And then we're looking at, Reynolds is down. He's trying to get back up. Got to keep that bike running. I believe he did keep it. He did have it running. He's got that clutch. You see his hands upside down trying to make sure.
He's clutching it upside down. Gosh, this kid. It is like this guy has been riding. It's like he grew up racing with Mike Brown back in the day.
Right.
They've been in it for so long. Just some veteran moves, grabbing the handlebar upside down. But he is coming under attack. Chase Prince.
Let him go.
Let him go.
You've got
it. You really think Jet Reynolds would let somebody
No, I
go?
don't. He's got 3 points to play with. So if you topple over and a couple guys go past, that's going to hand the lead and the race or the championship back to Matthew LeBlanc. So LeBlanc wants everybody they can to get in between Reynolds and himself.
Hey, I'm just doing a little testing on this microphone, so nothing I'm going to announce at this point actually counts. This is like a prototype of speaking. Yeah, these are not real words. It's just a test.
Oh, okay.
Rodney's giving us a thumbs up. So everything I just said doesn't count for anything. It didn't happen.
You're like the Neil Armstrong, just testing out new things.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of teams have a guy that does some testing. He doesn't actually go to the races. He's just a test rider. That's kind of the role I'm filling in right now. I'm like the Andrew Short over there for Honda, testing a lot of the bikes, but not actually in the limelight. This doesn't count.
That's incredible. The amount of work and attention that goes into this race, down to testing microphones. 4th lap in the books, and this will be one that Jet Reynolds will talk about. Holy cow, I've crashed on the start. I crashed on the 2nd lap, the 4th lap. He's pulling off the track. What is the deal?
Oh, no.
No way.
No.
Why?
Jet, what are you
keep
doing?
riding.
Come back.
He's got bike problems or something.
I don't know what
Why would you not keep riding the bike, though?
Rolling.
Ride
Jet,
it till it
turn
blows
around.
up. Ride that machine till it blows
Get
up.
back on the track. He can hear us.
Jet, get on the racetrack. Just keep going. If it blows up,
Tell
it
him
blows
to
up.
go. Tell him to go.
Just go.
Wait a minute.
What?
This is it. We were talking about history in the making here, and it might just be smashed.
We've seen this 2 days in a row with Cowie riders. On the Nathaniel Thrasher yesterday, running into some problems. Come on.
He has walked off. He has walked off, and there it is. So much talk about him trying to make it 10 straight titles at Loretta's, and this one has slipped away.
And Matthew LeBlanc, just like that.
Man, I'm just, I'm at a loss of words right now, guys. I'm just going to come out and say it. That was not good that he pulled off the track while that bike was still actually able to move forward. You ride that thing into the ground. You ride it until it catches on fire, and we have to call the Waverly Fire Department down
I will go
here.
out there. I'm a fireman.
David Pingree actually filling in at the fire department down there in Waverly today. We have Kevin Kelly, also a fireman as well.
We'll
so
put
he
it
would
out.
help put that fire out.
Hey.
The only fire that was put out there was the one that was burning inside of Jet Reynolds.
Wow, that was amazing, Jimmy.
This guy is the undefeated at Loretta Lynn's. It really bums me out. I wanted to see that streak continue.
Hey, I'm pumped for Matthew LeBlanc. This kid lives in a swamp, trains in a swamp, rides in a swamp. He's got bunk beds in a swamp. Matthew LeBlanc, he is the fastest guy on the racetrack. He has had the fastest lap all the way through. And look at that. His dad is going to be absolutely pumped on this. He's going to go 3-3-1, and he's going to win that championship if he can keep it up on two.
He's going to walk up. He's going to talk to his dad. He's probably going to say, Dad, how you doing? And Dad's going to say, pretty good after that, Matthew. Wow, what a ride. So right now, Matthew LeBlanc looking at a 3-3-1. And that should be definitely good enough to take this one. How about this? Max Bolin out there in 22nd place. He's going to have a 2-2-22. And that right now is probably going to be good enough for a 5th overall. 22 in a moto and still being able to get 5th overall in the championship. Pretty good, but this thing's not over. This thing is not over for Max Bolin getting 2nd place, but Matthew LeBlanc, it would have to take absolute disaster at this point. As I say that, we got as I was just saying, absolute disaster. It looked like LeBlanc made a little mistake, but he's up and going. And guess who LeBlanc is coming around a lap right now? That is Max Bolin. So Matthew LeBlanc putting both the guys who beat him both motos down 1 lap. Wow. Keep it together, Matthew LeBlanc.
You know, these are the types of things that you talk about whenever you talk about Loretta Lynn. You know, you always see the old ABC Sports, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, you know, and this is certainly one of those moments. And a heartbreaking moment for sure. But, you know, that's what Loretta Lynn's is actually all about. You think about the big picture. It's a part of the experience. There's highs, there's lows, and I'll tell you, Jet has experienced a lot of highs throughout his career. A low is tough, but, you know, in all honesty, a low sometimes can be good for someone because it can help him rebuild and come back even stronger. And I'll tell you, I don't know how much stronger he can come back because he's already strong. But
yeah, you know, it's the motivation of defeat, and maybe that's something that Jet Reynolds doesn't know much about right now, is how hard it is to sleep at night when you know that you could have done a little bit more, because he's been perfect here. He has not lost yet. But I guarantee you tonight, Jet Reynolds is going to be looking back at this, and he's going to be very upset. So he's going to do everything he can possibly do next time around. But we got the 2-lap card out, and it is the last 2 laps of the weekend for Matthew LeBlanc.
Wow, look at that lead he amassed after 5 laps of racing. He was looking at a 51-second lead. I'm sure it's going to be a little more than that now. His lap times in these conditions, 2:28. That last time around, a 2:32. So it's basically management from this point on, race management, heading around to go to that national championship. And, you know, that's why you go out and ride as hard as you can. And that's what Matthew LeBlanc did this weekend. Starts, good starts, bad starts. He put them all together. And that's what works to win the national championship oftentimes. Chase Prince, you got to hand it to this kid here in this Moto as well. He went 9-7 in Moto 1, but really showing a lot of valor here in this third and final Moto, as he'll post up a second-place position. And same thing for Mark Stone, who with a 6-4 will end up with third place in the national championship. So those are some pretty good bragging rights that those riders are going to be taking out of this 2017 running of the Rocky Mountain ATV EMC Amateur National Motocross Championship.
It's going to be very hard for Matthew LeBlanc to lose this championship at this point, but what we got going on for our second place and third place spot in the championship, Mark Stone Jr. on that TM is sitting second right now with Chase Prince in the number 3 spot, but Max Volan, he was 22nd last time around, or 2 times ago, and last time around he has climbed his way all the way up to the 15th spot, and now he has 2 laps to go. So I think Max Volan, if he can pick up about 6 more spots in the next 2 laps, that'll put him second overall in the championship.
Well, that would be a pretty good feat for him right now. And what we're looking at, Max Volan, a 2:2:15. Here's something that I think is impressive. Even right now, it looks like that Reynolds will score a 29th place position in this third and final Moto with what he had accomplished early on. So 1:1:29 right now would actually put him in 8th place overall as far as the championship title is concerned here. It's not a championship, but it's still a top 10. And overall, you take a good look at it, that's still some pretty good bragging rights, even for Jet Reynolds at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, but coming from a racer standpoint,
I know.
If you just won all those races, you could care less about anything but another gold medal.
Right, and it might be one of the most special of his career. You know, it might be that one in the career. Whenever you go back, and maybe next year whenever he comes back and he picks up the momentum and keeps going on through until he graduates Loretta, if that ends up being the only one time that he he walks away without a championship, that could be somewhat special and still be able to pull top 8. That's still some bragging rights, saying I am the man.
For sure. He wants to come back strong next year for sure. But if there was one thing that we learned from this week in this class, that Jet Reynolds was the odds-on favorite. And he was the fastest guy every time he was out on the track. Because let's look back at, can't have him pop up on the screen right now and see what lap times it was. But, I mean, he went from 12th to 2nd in just a matter of a lap at the beginning stages of that one. So Jet Reynolds having the outright speed, I think that's the thing. Jet Reynolds would have a lot of motivation, a lot of strength for next year to want to try to prove that he's the best. He kind of did prove that he had the speed, but it takes a lot more than speed sometimes to win these championships.
Yep.
And that's something Matt LeBlanc has. He's persevered. Coming in 3-3, most people probably look at that saying like, this is probably out of reach, but he stayed in it, and now a 3.31 is going to give him the overall victory.
That is for sure, as he makes his way around these final few turns here for this mini senior 1, 12 to 13-year-old class. Matthew LeBlanc, 1 minute, 20 seconds ahead of the field at the end of that 7th lap. I'm estimating at least a minute and a half gap between he and second place when he rolls around to take the checker flag. And what a commanding performance here in Moto number 3. Matthew LeBlanc is your 2017 Rocky Mountain ATVMC Amateur National Motocross Champion here at Loretta Lynn's. And he goes to that podium straight up to the box. Happy, happy young man. You know, these are not the first championships this young man has won, neither. He was a top dog in a lot of classes last year, and he has certainly earned his rights being up here. So he's no stranger to championships at Loretta's.
But I will say this will be the first time that he beats Jet Reynolds. That is for dang sure at the ranch. This is the first time that anybody would have beat Jet Reynolds. And Matthew LeBlanc is going to go down in the history books as the villain, the man who stopped the streak.
Well, look at this. Max Volan right now is looking at a 3rd place overall position, rolling into this final moto with a 2:2:11 right now. You talked about making a few passes. If he can get a couple more before he crosses the finish line here, we might even see him move up into the number 2 overall position. So you got to take your hat off to Max Volan as well, as he has really not let being behind the 8 ball in this final moto get him down, because he has pushed hard as well.
Yeah, Max Volan, he was down off the start as well with Jet Reynolds. Didn't actually get up as quick as he did. So Max Volan, at one point in time, he had worked his way quite a ways up. I think he went down again, and he was buried outside of the top 20 positions. We couldn't even see him on the board with about 4 laps to go, and he's battled his way back. But I think it's time to go down to the Race Tech podium with Kevin and see what they got down there.
Well, they are doing a lot of spring cleaning on his face. Man, you put that clean jersey, we want to mess that up. Can't clean my face, it's ruined. There you go, look at mommy. You get in there and lick that little face, clean it up. That's correct, yes, you want to wear that number 1, Mom. All right, Kip Bigelow, we're going to go ahead and start the party off here. If you're over there and in the general vicinity, I saw you. We're going to go ahead and get rolling. We've got a lot of hardware coming this way to this young man. The number 1 jersey is his. Folks, let's hear it for the champ, Matthew LeBlanc. All right, I'm going to start this party off. I think you got the whole shot. Is that correct? I think you got the belt. No? All right, well, you did not, so terrible. Good job. All right, you did this, though. You got the 1st place position, and Matthew, you go into these things, you just race and kind of see what happens. At what point did you know you had the championship put together?
I didn't even know I had it until I got off the track. I went 3.31, got off to a horrible start and just got through the pack. Noticed I was in 1st and I took the win.
Well, that was fantastic. That kid took the win. He got a whole shot again. That was great. You want to run through any of your – you know what? I need Kip Bigelow if he's up and in the area. That was a fantastic ride, and unfortunately for Jet Reynolds, you put a stop to that. You put the win, you put the dub right in the middle of that one. Hey, you got to be in it to win it, right? You're just happy to be there?
Yeah.
I talked to Christy LaCurl. She says you won by a minute and something crazy number, a minute 40, 20, something like that.
I'm not sure. I was just out there riding my own race.
Is it true you have a track in the swamp, and that's why you're so good in the mud?
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. You train for those mud days here at the ranch. We're going to bring Kip Bigelow over here if he is around. He's got the number 1 plate, the principal of the AMA. Hold that number 1 plate. He's got a lot of hands. He's got to hold on to that. That's why we race 3 motos. This 3rd moto can get you.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
We're looking for our 2nd place rider to come on down. Where is our 2nd place guy here? Another KTM rider, I believe. Was it Chase Prince?
You don't ever.
Second place. Where are you at? Where's our second? I'll take a third-place rider. Anybody want to get on the podium? If you finish 14th, just come on up. Let's talk about it. This is awesome. Yes. All right, come on. Yeah, man, you did it. Second place, third place. What are you doing? That was awesome, too. A little bit of water splashes down on me. Insult to injury. You have 10 seconds if you want to get on the podium. Third place, Mark Stone, Chase Prince. Somebody come down here. Where are you at? If you race in this class, you'll get a podium. I don't care at this point. All right, who we got here? Is this Chase Prince? Chase, put that around your dirty little neck. I'm not doing it, man. Let's step up here. Let's hear it for Chase Prince. We're going to come around here. Chase Prince, man. Great ride out there. Did you have fun?
Yeah, track's a little sketchy. Just try to keep the mistakes down and go as smooth and as fast as I could.
I see the hat. You ride at MTF. You guys do rain motos. I see that on Instagram all the time. Did that help you?
Yeah, for sure. The month leading up to Loretta, at least once a week, it would just come a downpour and we would do mud motos, and it helped a lot.
You got anybody you want to thank?
The Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. My mom, my dad, MTF, Colleen Millsaps, Bell Helmets, Thor, Mobius, Alpine Star, 100%, Kenda, and everyone else. Just thank you.
Great work. Let's hear it for our second place finisher, Chase Prince. Now go throw that gear away. It's useless. It's done. There you go. Now you can go throw it away. The lady from Thor took your picture. Now you can get rid of that gear. Where is our third place rider, Mark Stone? Mr. Mark Stone. All right. Good job, Mark Stone. Come around here, partner. Put that around your head. Mark, I think you got a top 3 in the championship. Is that correct as well?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how does it feel? You got third in the moto. You got top 3 in the championship. You got to feel pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell me about your moto, riding in the rain. Were you sweating it? Do you enjoy riding in this stuff?
On the side lap, I was a little nervous, but once I got off to a decent start, and then I passed a few riders. But all in all, it was a good moto.
Do you think having red hair and freckles helps ride a dirt bike?
I'd say a little bit.
I would say so, too. If you got red hair and freckles, you're going to be awesome. Anybody you want to thank, Mark Stone?
I'd like to thank my parents. They've sacrificed a lot this year for getting me the new bike and everything. I couldn't thank them enough. And my 2 sisters, Kristen and Maddie, Avery, TYG Creations, Doug and Brian, and just everyone else. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Smile for the camera. They're there to take the photos. Mark Stone finishes third, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic work there. We're going to say hello to our Whole Shot Award winner if they are in the house. He's gone. He's gone. That was the guy that took off. All right. They're already gone. So no Whole Shot Award winner for this one. I do need to get this motorcycle out of here because I have a Kawasaki that I need to give away, and that guy just lost his phone. Rob Fox picks it up. Nice work. So if the LeBlancs will grab that bike, that would be great. We're going to give away the FCA Babbitt's Kawasaki ride here in just a moment.